Well peeps, it's been a while since I last did an update video. It's been a very difficult time for me recently. RC wise, this thing caused me some distress. I've been building this thing for nigh on 4 years now. It keeps throwing curveballs, and I'm just about getting it sorted underneath. I've got where the bumper's mounted to the chassis and up the car. I've got the grille and the lights back in. We're just about ready to fit electronics to it. When I decided to do some wheel swaps. Now I've had these tyres. They are clone Proline KM3s in the 2.2 size. I've had them a long time. So when you get up close, they are actually very good copies. And I've always wanted to get these tyres, excuse me, on these rims, and now I have the silicone inserts in that I showed on my previous videos. Now the tyres don't fit. You can see I've had, even despite these being clamped down bead locks, I still had to glue the tyres and they're still coming off. So yeah. But the main depression with this vehicle is while I was doing, every now and then I'll do a wheel swap. I'll come to that in a minute. But I've finally got, I bought some gunmetal grey paint. Well, as you can see, that's quite definitely silver. It was supposed to be this colour. And so that was like a setback. But that is now pretty much finished. I need a sound kit for that, which I don't have the money for right now. But that has got wheel arches, it's got decent weighted wheels, good quality tyres. I haven't had it out yet, but it's got a crappy motor in it, so I plan on getting a new motor for it at some point. But I was going to take the Fusion SE from that, but the pinion gear has welded itself to the motor. The grub screw has rounded off, rounded out, so I can't get the motor from the LCG gearbox. So that would mean totally rebuilding that to put that motor in. So like, ugh. And while I was doing all this wheel swapping malarkey, it tumbled off the bed. It's broken there. It's broken there, and it's cracked across here. Now, not a big deal in the scheme of things, but this thing weighs so much. It was always in danger of destroying itself in a rollover anyway. But that's pretty much rendered this body useless for actual use. Now, I had a plan in my mind of, I think I'll have to completely strip it to get the windscreen back in. I had a plan in my mind of trying to turn it into a form to make a fiberglass version. So that is now going to be the only way I can run this, because to pick it up I had to carry it from at the front and by the roof. Now I daren't pick it up by the roof now, so I'd have to pick it up from underneath, which means transporting it from the shelf where it lives upstairs to wherever it was driving would be very, very difficult. I'm prone to breaking it again, so I was very down after that and just sacked it all. I even put them all up for sale at one point, but nobody bought them, so my wife said they spent all that money and all that time and you're just going to get rid of them all. If somebody had have offered me money for them, they would have all gone. Literally everything. But I'm sort of back from that. Still a little sore with that one. But this one. Now, you see there's been some progress with this. I'd made a tipper bed out of this stuff. It's like plastic sandwiched, polyurethane plastic sandwiched between aluminium. I just recently found out this is the stuff that I don't know if anybody from around my viewers around the world have heard of Grenfell Tower in London, but this is the stuff that killed all those people. It is literally the same stuff, Alcoa boards. It's like, this plastic is so flammable. And I thought to myself, I've got a LiPo battery just there. I thought, if that battery goes up, this is going with it, and it's like, it's as flammable as the LiPo. And I just thought, ew. So I took some. I have loads of this stuff. My cousin used to be a printer, and by using positive and negative charged ink, the print with this, the ink is magnetic, so was the print. So the ink used to stick to the different colour bits, and then there'd be a positive charge and negative charge between it and the paper. And anyway, so he gave me loads and loads. I had dozens and dozens of these. Now all I've got left is this and that. But I had just enough left to make this. Now this is exactly the same truck bed, but now it's made of thin aluminium. Now, not very tough, not very robust, but at least it'll, when I've repainted it, it's going to look like it's metal, I'm hoping. And the only piece I had big enough was what I used to use as a backing board for my spray booth. So I didn't want it to have all that paint already in it. But anyway, so I used the bottom of the old truck bed and extended it to make this. It's not... I mean, at least it locates in. When I screw this to that, it'll be reasonably rigid. It is literally just a battery cover anyway. I'm going to paint it. I was supposed to be painting it today, but it's raining now. I just didn't quite get this finished yesterday. Now, another reason why I haven't done very much lately is my wife has just had a full knee operation. I've been looking after her. So I've had a bit of time in between to tinker with these. But yeah, I shall show you what my other tinkering is. Right, if anyone remembers, I recently built this little Ford Bronco now. Oh, excuse me. It's had a lift. The old girl's had a lift. Now, I did this for two reasons. One, I had all these parts left over from a lift kit that I bought. They were on that originally, and then to turn it into like a monster truck, and then they were on this. So I could fit the LCG gearbox in the centre, and then I managed to work out if I just chop a hole in the floor I can get it in the centre, but then that caused loads of other problems. So now you can see where the frustration comes from when you modify RC cars. Now, I bought this, and when the body shell came, I'm like, ooh, this back end is wrong. This should be deeper, this should be longer. It's just, they made the body shell fit a standard crawler chassis, which is okay, but you get issues. Now, most crawlers look like this with big wheels, so you don't notice it, but I wanted it to have a scale look, so I dropped it, put little tiny wheels on, and it really massively showed the inaccuracies in the scaling. So I did this, and now suddenly I like it. I'm thinking about getting some wheels like that, some proper monster truck wheels for it. And all was good in my little world until I found this. I don't know if you're really seeing it there. Just bear with me a second. I've enlarged it a little bit. It's a 1995 Dodge Ram 2500, depending on... I mean, they were the same body anyway. Now, I'm not sure if... I can't tell from the photo if it's a long or a short bed, but it's an extra cab, which means I've been wanting to build a replica of Bill Harding's truck from Twister for years, and I've been trying to find a Ram body for it. Now, they do the iteration after that, the one that replaced that, New Bright do a 1/6 scale hard shell, which I've been trying to get to sort of nearly replicate it. Then I found the fan page on Facebook for the movie, for the 1996 Twister movie, and somebody showed me a body shell, and I found it, and despite not having any actual real cash to spend on it, my lovely wife said I could order it, so I have ordered it. You purchased this item on the 6th of May. It's coming, should be here by the end of the month. That's from what was a termination of builds. I was done. What I've got is what I've got. I was just going to finish. My birthday's in September. I was just going to finish all I've got going on and call it a day. I wasn't buying any new ones. Now, I'd thought about selling a couple. Now, because I had a couple of disappointments, I spent not a huge amount of money, but a decent chunk of money to build this thing. I don't know if you can see. It's an Emax underneath, and obviously it's using the same stuff for the chassis I just showed you, and gearbox and the motor flexed a little, and it stripped all the gears, so it ran for about 30 seconds and then died. Now I've got this one back out. Bear with me. Well, right, I've got it down. I've always had a thing for building replicas of movie cars. As you can see, I built the Fall Guy truck, which I've put its original wheels back on. It had like little Tamiya wheels on it, because them wheels were being on the red Ford I just showed you. These are the tyres on the red Ford. Oh, that's right. Those tyres that are on the Fall Guy truck were on black rims on this to give it a scale look, but one of the rims broke, and they're slightly oversized. They're like MN86 models, MN86 wheels, which is what that vehicle is. So I just put the wheels on there and the tyres on some. Anyway, yeah, but these are the wheels that were on the little red Bronco that I just showed you. Now, all right, to be screen accurate, they are oversized for this, but I'm hoping to get this one out. It's got a motor, but it doesn't have any electronics in it right now. So I'm hoping the next run that we do this one will be out and about. Now this one is now going to have a stablemate when I get the Dodge Ram, which you will see is on the T-Max in the picture. It's a 10.4 inch wheelbase. What's this? This is a long boy. That's 13 and a half. So that's on the long side for crawlers. 10.4 inch wheelbase. That's really short. That's a really short wheelbase. Okay, but when that comes, it's going to throw me into wheel, body, and chassis swap turmoil once again, because I thought I was done, but then this thing came along, and it's just like I wanted to build. This is the one I wanted to build, the Fall Guy, and this. Now that leads me to what I was saying earlier, that when I decided we were going to sell everything, I wasn't getting out of the hobby. I just wanted rid of everything I've got and start again from scratch. Now RC 4-wheel drive now do a version of the TF2 that is, to all intents and purposes, a Fall Guy truck, but it's like £600, about $700 here in the UK. I don't have anything like that sort of money, so if I could have sold a few vehicles, the plan was I'd get rid of everything, maybe just keep my Land Rover. I was going to have the Traction Hobbies Dodge Ram, which is about the same size as that, but works, and the Fall Guy truck, and who knows what I was going to keep and what it would have been depending on what sold and what, but obviously nobody bought anything, so other people seem to be able to sell RCs. I don't. Something always gets in the way. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. My wife's currently in bed and is due to get up at any point, so I'm going to call this video a day so I don't wake her up. But yeah, that's where we are. That project is coming. I have this, a full spare one with all the mounts and centre skid. It just needs axles and electronics and a body. Well, now I have a body coming, so now I found some F10 axles that look like proper Land Rover axles. I'm actually thinking I just bought, refer back to the earlier video, I bought a set of 3 axles, which is what I bought them to replace the axles on the Land Rover, and which is what ended up building this bloody thing that I wasn't planning, because I then had 3 axles, and it's like, ooh. So those axles could be, if I get some, the F10 axles look like they have proper scale, realistic pumpkins, like I think they're like a copy of the Vanquish ones, the VF10. I think that's what they're meant to be, a replica of. but they have like proper Land Rover pumpkins with a slightly offset one at the front and a central one at the back. So that'd be the final touch to get my Land Rover looking. It's basically a clone of a boom racing one at that point. So I might buy those axles for about 80 to 100 quid. Then those axles are then free floating. So then I've got all I'll be needing then is links and electronics to get a chassis up and running. So maybe that's what will happen for this. Now I've got to wait till September to get any more money in now for my birthday. So it's I will make a start on that. Maybe I'll get myself some paint and paint it. I need to make the equipment that's in the back truck bed in the movie. And yeah, there we go. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Do all that wonderful rate and subscribe stuff. I don't know how long it'll be. I was planning on going out for some more running videos, but with my wife pretty much immobile. For me and my daughter to bugger off out for about 4 or 5 hours seems a little selfish. So how long it'll be before I get out to do any more running videos, I don't know. But as soon as the warmer weather, if you can call it that in the UK, is here now. So it tends to be warm and wet at this time of year, and then it warms up a little bit, and then it's cold and wet again. That's it. You get about a month maybe of warm weather in the UK usually. So hopefully by the time that comes around, my wife will be walking again and properly, and we'll be able to get out and about. Anyway, so there we go. Thanks for watching, peeps. Please rate and subscribe. I've had a few recent new subscribers, so welcome, peeps. You didn't just subscribe as I dropped off the face of the earth. I've had some stuff. Right, thanks for watching.